Greetings, my friends. Please consider supporting me in my war to save pop culture by subscribing to my channel and possibly even becoming a channel member for exclusive videos, access to Doomcock emojis, and more. And if you like this video in particular, please consider using the new Super Thanks feature and putting a tip in the tip jar located next to the like buttons down at the bottom of the video. Thank you for watching, and now, on to the video. I got up this morning and I watched Kenobi. I've had my coffee and breakfast now, so I'm calmer. But in the minutes after I saw Kenobi, I was fuming. I was furious. I realized that this episode of Kenobi didn't deserve a review. It deserved a rant. And so I just grabbed a recorder and paced up and down, ranting into it just off the top of my head. And so what you're about to hear has no video associated with it. I didn't get dressed and go down to Section X Studios and formally present a review. I just reacted to what I had just seen. I just ranted off the top of my head. Now, this is a very unusual way for me to proceed, but then again, this is an unusual situation because wrapped up in an attractive package was further and grievous destruction to the Star Wars franchise, particularly to the first movie. I know a lot of normies will just shrug and say, hey, it was fun seeing those characters again. But what we saw in this series was not George Lucas's characters. These were placeholders, fan fiction constructs erected by cultural vandals who aren't fans. They just want to get their agenda across, and their agenda in this one was to degrade Kenobi and Vader both by having them behave ridiculously out of character, I suppose in order to attack the so-called patriarchy, and to promote Leia as the new heroine of the saga. It is Leia who is the important one here. They made that quite clear in this series, and just compare how Leia and Luke fare in this final episode. As usual, Luke is clumsy and ineffectual, Leia is confident and capable, and it's clear that Unca Obi-Wan loves her bestest of all. I'm getting angry again just thinking about it. So here is the recording of the reaction I had immediately after seeing this disgraceful bit of retconning. A revision that cannot be reconciled with the original Star Wars, a revision that makes Kenobi Vader's accomplice, that turns the original film on its head and destroys these classic characters. I apologize for the following rant. I was very, very angry. All right, I have just seen the last episode of the series jokingly called Kenobi, and this is my reaction immediately after seeing this garbage. I tell you, this is not a review, okay? This is a straight up reaction. This is a rant, okay? I just saw this garbage, and let me tell you something. This shit doesn't deserve a review. It doesn't deserve it. This is crap. It's just plain crap. I'm just fucking pissed. So I'm just gonna go through some points. But this thing does not deserve a review. This thing doesn't deserve to be analyzed or thought about. This is garbage. This is pure fucking garbage. So Reva, when this thing starts, is still alive. She's perfectly fine. Shit, she kinda like winces every now and then, but hey, being run through with a fucking lightsaber will do that to you, won't it? Oh my God, she's alive. She's perfectly fine. Being run through with a lightsaber now is a fucking joke. It's just a joke. Oh my God, get this. So Reva's alive and she's heading to Tatooine. Why? I don't know. I can't take a guess. I have no fucking clue why she's heading to Tatooine. She's looking to kill Luke. Why? Why is she looking to kill Luke? It makes no goddamn sense. Reva was supposed to be trying to suck up to Vader, pretending to be evil all long so that she could be sucking up to Vader and get the drop on him. Well, that didn't work out so good for her, did it? She came up behind him and she went ahead and attacked him, and he handed her ass, but apparently not so much because she's still alive. But anyway, why the fuck now is she going to Tatooine to try to kill Luke? It is making no fucking sense at all. This is like absurd. This is like they kind of sort of forgot what Reva's motivation was, as paltry and sad as it was, and they just let her go ahead and go back to Tatooine to resume being evil. Oh, it gets worse. So Vader has caught up with the big transport shuttle that Kenobi is riding along with all the other refugees. And Vader's Star Destroyer is firing on this wallowing transport and cannot disable it, cannot capture it, cannot take it down. It is still flying away from them slowly and awkwardly. Can you imagine the gross level of incompetence that they are ascribing to Vader and the Star Destroyer he commands? And was this transport dodging and weaving like an X-Wing, evading fire? No! Hell no! It was kind of swaying back and forth gently, wallowing like a garbage scow, like a willow being gently blown to and fro in the wind, and they were still having trouble taking it down. It was a disgraceful and pathetic scene. Seriously. So eventually, the Empire will get them, but the thing is, Obi-Wan is eager to surrender again to Vader. Oh my God! So Obi-Wan abandons entirely his mission for Luke. He doesn't give a shit. Luke, who's that? So he goes ahead, Obi-Wan leaves the transport and heads in a like one-man shuttle. It looks a lot like the transport. Down to this like planet that's close by. So Vader decides to go ahead and get in his shuttle and go confront Obi-Wan himself. So Vader and Obi-Wan head to this planet. Obi-Wan is awful eager to surrender in this fucking show. He just loves to surrender. That's it, man. How many times has Obi-Wan surrendered during this show? How many times has he given in? How many times has he derelicted his duty? Oh, there's so much suck here. It's impossible to wade through the fucking thing. Oh, so Obi-Wan leaves the transport ship, and the Star Destroyer is shooting at him, and he's ducking and weaving and ducking and weaving, just like the other transport did. The Empire can't hit him either. So then Vader decides, well, get my shuttle, I'm gonna go and take care of this Kenobi character myself. So Reva is asking about Luke and tracking him down on Tatooine. Meanwhile, Vader and Obi-Wan face each other on this planet. And Obi-Wan all of a sudden can fight. All of a sudden, after getting his ass handed to him mere days before and not being able to fucking save Leia except through great exertion with the Force, because he's down on the Force, he's down on his lightsaber training, he's down on his courage, he's down on the whole thing of not surrendering. Obi-Wan Kenobi's fucking worthless, and now all of a sudden, because it's the last episode, hey, guess what? Obi-Wan can fight now. So he's like whipping around and blocking Vader and doing all sorts of fancy ass Force shit, grabbing pylons of stone and toppling them on top of Vader, throwing Vader around. Vader throws him around. The fight is awful, by the way. If you were like looking forward to a great fight with Obi-Wan and Vader, guess what? Complete bullshit. The fight is awful. It's dark. It's got a shaky cam, which is totally outside of the style of Star Wars. George Lucas had a classic film style. He anchored the camera down. It was smooth. It was elegant. It was classical. This shit is just shaky cam, handheld, quick cuts, a bunch of bullshit in the dark. The sabers glow so brightly that they overwhelm all the other imagery. It is fucking pathetic. And now we come to the political agenda of this evening's symposium. So we go ahead and have Vader basically crack the ground out from under Obi-Wan, sends him tumbling down into a pit, and then piles rock upon rock upon rock upon rock on top of Obi-Wan and says, you thought you could beat me? Nya-ha-ha-ha. And he starts walking back to his shuttle. Meanwhile, at the bottom of this pile of rocks, Obi-Wan is using the Force to keep the rocks from falling in on top of him. And he's straining and he's giving in, and the rocks are coming closer, it's gonna bury him. And guess what he thinks of? You know what saves him? You know what really saves him? It's the thought of Leia. It's the thought of Leia, not Luke. He has a whole string of long thoughts about Leia, and one glimpse of Luke sitting on Tatooine goes by really quick. If you blinked, you'd fucking miss it. Leia is the reason that he survives. Leia is the one he survives for. Oh my God, she's the important one. She's the bestest ever. These pieces of shit, writing this garbage, directing this garbage, producing this garbage, cannot let go of agenda for even a moment. Luke isn't important. It was Leia, and the thought of Leia, with one quick cut of Luke, probably like 20 cuts of Leia, one cut of Luke, Obi-Wan finds the strength to hurl the rocks away and crawl out of the pit. Oh my God almighty. So then he goes and finds Vader and attacks him again. And he throws rocks at him and he pounds him and he whacks him with the lightsaber, and you know what happens? Vader doesn't get cut in half. Vader gets knocked down. It's not a lightsaber anymore, it's a light club. It's a light cudgel. It's a light baton. Jesus hits Vader full on and knocks him down like his lightsaber's a fucking club. And then Obi-Wan throws rocks at him. He's doing an impression of Rey, the bestest ever, right? Remember when Rey lifted all the rocks? Well, it's just Rey with a beard. It's just Rey with a fucking beard, throws the fucking boulders at Vader, and Vader is overwhelmed. And Vader finally, stands up, and his helmet is shattered off of half his face, so you can see Anakin underneath. And Obi-Wan tears up and says, I'm sorry, Anakin. I'm sorry for all of it. And then Vader has one good line in this, or Anakin does. He says, you didn't kill Anakin, Obi-Wan. I did. And then Obi-Wan says, my friend is truly dead. And he walks away. He spares Vader. Vader is broken. Vader is shaking. Vader is defeated. And what does Obi-Wan do? He walks away from him so he can live to go ahead and help the Empire and kill untold millions of more people. What a hero. What a guy. Oh my God. So this totally fucks everything about Star Wars. Obi-Wan Kenobi is the quintessential villain in these matters. He let Vader live. Ha! Oh, fucking hell. He lets Vader live. And Vader's helmet is cleft in twain. He is broken and battered. Obi-Wan spares him. And how does this fucking lead to the speech in New Hope, in the original Star Wars? I've been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master. No, it would have been Obi-Wan Kenobi. I've been scared to meet you again because you kicked my ass twice and you shattered my mask. When I left you, I was broken and limping around and bleeding and shit. I guess I have to fight you now. God damn, it changes everything about the original movie between Obi-Wan and Vader. Every fucking thing. This is a goddamn disgrace. I'm just pacing around. That's why I'm not filming this. I'm just pacing around. pacing around in my t-shirt and underwear and helmet. So then, it just fucking... Okay, this is a reaction video, folks. This is not a formal review. So Obi-Wan is flying away from the planet. And then he catches glimpses of Reva, the bestest Inquisitor ever, on Tatooine. Reva, while this fight has been going on, laid siege to Lars Owen's household and knocked Lars away and knocked Aunt Beru away. Luke scrambled out and ran, and Reva was after him. And Obi-Wan says, uh-oh, looks like Luke needs my help. I shit you not. He's out on this fucking planet. He just fought Vader. And now he's flying away. And he says, oh, damn, I better get there. And he fucking jumps into fucking hyperspace. Oh, God. And he flies to Tatooine and lands in time to... it's like he's at the 7-Eleven on the corner and he runs around the corner when Luke's in need of help. And Reva fucking basically Luke runs into Beggar's Canyon and Reva's following him with her lightsaber and wants to kill him. Why does she want to kill him? I don't have a fucking clue. I have no idea. I thought she was only pretending to be evil. I thought she was dead. But apparently none of these things were right. She is actually evil. She wants to kill Luke. She wants to kill Luke. Why? To impress Vader? Not anymore. She's out with Vader. She's no longer an Inquisitor. Is she evil? Is she good? I don't know. This writing stinks. Oh my God. So anyway, Obi-Wan, of course, doesn't save Luke because that would give him agency. That would mean he was, a hero or some shit, which is, of course, he's not at this point. So Luke is scrambling to get away from her, and he apparently trips and falls down and hits his head, and he's lying on the ground in Beggar's Canyon. So, oh fucking hell. So Leia has done everything under the sun amazingly well. She's the bestest princess ever, and she can go ahead and be brave, and she can be resourceful, and she can be inspirational, and she's a born leader, and Luke falls off a cliff and hits his head. That's the extent. He runs away from trouble, falls off a cliff and hits his head. He's not the bestest ever, apparently. And so Reva finds him lying there at the bottom of the canyon, completely helpless, and suddenly she sees herself lying there as a kid, as a youngling, and she wants to kill him, and she's twitching to kill him, and she's got the lightsaber raised, and we're supposed to be yelling, no, don't do it, like we've never seen Star Wars before. No, he fucking lives, but never mind. And she can't kill him, and she carries him back to the farm unconscious. That's Obi-Wan and Lars and Aunt Beru go ahead, hurrying to try and save Luke. Too late, because Reva went ahead and had mercy on him. Way to go, Obi-Wan. How the fuck? I don't care about hyperspace, for fuck's sake. He just hurries over there. He could get there from the planet where he fought Vader to Tatooine farmstead of Lars Owen in 20 minutes? Anyway, Reva turns, a new leaf and cries and kneels, and Obi-Wan says, we're both free now, and helps her up, and she's gonna go have her own fucking show, of course. So everybody who said she was gonna die, I never did. But everyone else was saying that, but I knew Kennedy could not do that. I just knew it. Oh my God. So Leia is heroic and resourceful. Luke runs away and falls off a cliff and hits his fucking head. This is fucking trash. And then, to rub it all in, after Leia is back on Alderaan, Obi-Wan comes back to her and kneels before her and goes into like a speech that felt like it lasted 2 minutes or something, talking about how wonderful she fucking is. How she's like heroic and amazing and the bestest ever and a born leader. Oh my gosh, you're just the bestest ever. And he just goes on and on and on about Leia. Nothing about Luke. Hasn't got a scene with Luke. Doesn't give a shit about Luke. Oh, fuck me. All of this is a bullshit excuse for a fucking retcon of the original Star Wars. That's all it is. Leia is important too. Leia's most important in actual fact. And at the end of that, she hugs him and says, you know, take care, Obi-Wan. She knows his name is Obi-Wan. And they come up with a bullshit excuse to say, we must never talk of this because it could be dangerous. The secret message that Leia encodes to Obi-Wan in the original Star Wars, they're already in danger. It doesn't really matter anymore, does it? But that they're trying to retcon an excuse why those lines don't add up. The whole thing just ruins the original movie. Just absolutely ruins it. And then, to cap it all off, Obi-Wan just walks away from Luke. He just said, Luke just needs to be a boy. He just needs to play. So I'm walking away and I'm not guarding him anymore. You're on your own, Lars Owen, which is what Lars wanted anyway, so it's okay. Fuck me. Oh, and Qui-Gon pops in. Who gives a shit at this point? This is my reaction. Recorded hot and heavy right after I saw this shit. May the Force be with you. It's no longer with Star Wars. Ha 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 ha